Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. Sometimes we will find these weird looking devices that can really surprise you, because this Trimui Smart, I'd never heard of this brand, and that is something that I think sometimes it happens a lot when it comes to these Chinese handhelds. There are so many new companies coming out with these new devices, and this is like one of those that was quite surprising, how good it is. Coming in all kinds of colors, this device is tiny, very cool, and it has a lot to offer. Then we have like 3.5 hours of playtime, that's not a lot, but we have like a tiny and very slim compact model. Also coming with a 2.4 LCD IPS display, so that is not a very big display at all. But again, like when you're looking at this, how tiny it is, it comes of course with a very deluxe manual explaining how everything works. You can already see like when it comes to the menu, it's a very easy-going menu. Don't need to do like a lot of tinkering or not at all. It comes with the Type-C cable, and here we're going to get ourselves the handheld. I ordered myself the yellow version, and this thing looks really cute. I must say, when you're looking at the overall quality, it feels very durable, and that is something that is a very positive side, of course. So we're only going to get ourselves like the D-pad. We don't have any analog sticks, so if you're like a big fan of the analog sticks, yeah, you're going to be quite disappointed. But let's talk about specifications. The device comes with a 2.4-inch IPS display with a resolution of 240 by 320. The CPU is an ARM processor running on 1.5 GHz, having only like 128 megabytes of RAM seems to be. It has 8 gigabytes of built-in storage and 1000 mAh battery that only has 3.5 hours of gameplay, and this thing weighs 100 grams, so it's tiny and it weighs not a lot, so it's absolutely pocket. Already mentioned, like it feels like a very nice, good looking handheld. Also, like if you're going to put it in your pocket, you feel like a very solid product. So the D-pad itself is more like your clickies D-pad that we find on the Wedoit devices. And I must say, like it is a very long travel one, but it feels quite nice. You have like the function keys over here, the AB8Y. They're a little bit tiny, maybe a little bit like the Nintendo Switch. But overall, they don't feel bad at all, especially when you're looking at the way how they formed and just how they feel. At the bottom, we do have like get yourself like the CF card over here, or the micro SD card, the input for charging. At the top, I'm going to get two shoulder buttons, and I must say they can be reached fairly easy when playing the game. So especially if you want to play some games that are needing shoulder buttons, I think it's going to be very convenient. But overall, like it's a very basic design. We do have like the on and off switch over here. And that's the only thing that we're going to get when it comes to the system itself. They're claiming to have like a fast boot, so let's take a closer look at it, how fast it will boot up. And that's it. Don't know why this music is for, but it sounds pretty damn cool. But another thing is, like, we do have like this tiny speaker over here. It's not the best one, but yeah, that's what we're going to get with these compact devices. It's a quite interesting way, because when you're having like, you have no like scrolling wheel or basically like a different way to basically adjust the volume and the brightness. Holding select, you can use the L and R. A combination, you can just basically like adjust the volume, and the same goes for the brightness. So if you're going to be in the menu, it's not going to be an issue at all, but in the game, it can be a little bit of annoying. So the overall audio, it's only one speaker, so it's kind of mono, but I don't find it a little bit annoying, because it's like, sounds pretty damn good. And oh boy, this thing goes really loud. Let's crank it up. Then we have like a retro game, app, file, settings, activity, playlist. So this is more like this, let's say like quick menu that you're going to get. But getting into the game, or the retro game, here we have like the different categories. We have a lot of them. So this thing runs all the way to the PlayStation 1. So it is something we've seen many times before, but again, it's kind of cool. So then we have like the apps. Here at the RetroArch, that we can basically boot up like this. File system, here you can mess around with the files if you want to remove anything. Settings, we have Wi-Fi and hotspot. NetPlay is possible. We don't have a second device, can really test it out with Bluetooth connectivity. And we have like different themes. There's not a lot of them. And here you can adjust, of course, the volume. I must say the last 5 digits when it comes to the volume, I don't really notice anything happening. But it's a different story when it comes to the brightness. So I'm gonna say the overall quality, it's not bad at all. It's pretty damn cool in my opinion. We have a favorite list, but let's get into some gaming and let's see what it is capable of doing. Alright, so the first thing I'm noticing is like this is a very tiny display. So not everybody will like this, but I must say that it looks very nice. I must say the camera doesn't really pick up how beautiful and sharp it is. I must get really used to the D-pad itself, because it's a very tiny D-pad, in combination with the travel and the clickish feeling to it. It's not bad, but I have played with better systems or better D-pads in my life. So when we are in game and we're pressing the middle button over here, we do get ourselves like the extra menu where we can make a quick load, quick save, up to 10 different records. Volume can be adjusted over here. Then we have even the advanced menu. We have like restart, you can make a quick load, quick save. We even have the option to cheat. You can adjust the CPU speed and stuff like that. So if you want to like enable frame skipping, stuff like that, you can basically do it all here. So we do have like the option to have more, let's say, options, yeah, or better like extra options when it comes to the emulator. So we can tinker with it, something I'm missing out with a lot of devices nowadays. Okay, so the next game I wanted to try is on the Game Boy Classic. Of course, it's a system that runs on so many freaking things nowadays. But I think it's just fun to see how it will look on the display itself. I want to check out the Sonic the Hedgehog game, basically on the Game Boy Advance platform, just for fun, just to see how it runs, if I hear any weird stuff going on. I must say, if you've played this game so many times, it's kind of weird to see it on the Game Boy Advance. It also sounds kind of weird. Wow, that's just a major brain fart. Didn't even see that enemy. So next up, let's try actually some Mega Drive. And I must say, like, these devices are just capable and running these games without any problem. Beefcake. Yeah. Alright, so let's take a close look at the Master System. Alright, let's try that again. But also, with the Master System, we don't have any weird stuff going on. We do have like a black bar at the left over here. So far I know you cannot really adjust, so what you see is what you're going to get actually. Alright, so next up, let's see if we can do some moves with some Neo Geo. And the first try was positive, so let's do it again. So we need to get used to the D-pad, especially when it comes to beat 'em ups. But for fighting games, it's absolutely amazing. No weird stuff going on when it comes to the inputs. Also, this game runs pretty damn good. Alright, so next up let's try some PC Engine, and I must say that it's one of my favorite games to play on this machine. Also on my original machine, so much fun. So when you're looking at the overall performance, it's pretty damn good, and I must say, like, when it comes to these systems, and this is the thing that I just love about this Trimui. It's like really surprising that it supports so many different systems, and also when it comes to these basic games, they work all just fine. Alright, so next up let's try some Super Famicom, just to see how it actually works out. So when you're looking at the overall quality and the gameplay, it's absolutely amazing. So I must say the most surprising thing about this is that not only everything runs pretty damn good, but it's also like when you're looking at the gameplay in general, like if you want to play some fighting games, what I'm a big fan of, you can have a lot of great time when it comes to this D-pad. But of course, Super Famicom, they didn't mess it up at this time. Okay, so next up let's try some Bloody Roar 2 with PlayStation 1. One of the games to benchmark on here, just to see how it actually runs.
Here we go.
Kind of weird that like I can hear that it stutters, but it just shows internal FPS 60, so maybe that can be a problem with the audio and overall, but indeed you can see like it's kind of weird. The next thing I want to try is some Tekken, which is sticking with PlayStation 1. It's basically like the final and the most demanding system we can find on here. Let's see how this game runs. We don't have the weird audio issues so far. But yeah, so far so good when it comes to Tekken. The buttons have been made correctly. Okay, what just happened there? I must say that I was quite surprised with the Trimui Smart, and the reason why, because the overall emulation is quite good. I did really enjoy playing this thing. Of course, it comes with a little bit of a small screen, so that is not for everybody. It does have a beautiful screen. It got some good audio for this tiny mono speaker. Of course, we don't have HDMI out, stuff like that. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of a device like this. Is it something worth you should pick up? Or, yeah, are you just avoiding it? Well, thank you for watching, consider subscribing, and it would be great to see you in the next video.